Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. Quick run through for the K1 Revelation Lost Sector. This is during Season of the Lost, so if you do see this one, apparently I just joined a public event, so that's exciting. Barrier and Unstoppable are your champions. Your burn is Void, so we'll take advantage of that. And the shields are Arc, but there's not many of them. So I'm running Arc subclass to take care of the shields. There's literally just like throw a grenade per shield and you'll probably be fine. I'm only at 6, so I'm getting it every 50 seconds and I'm still okay. If you wanted to use something like, you know, an Osmosis auto rifle, you could probably do that as a backup to match your subclass, but it's not even required, as you'll see. The reason I'm using actually a Void Linear Fusion Rifle is because, one, Reservoir Burst on No Composure gets some nice group killing, not required at all, but if you do need to pump damage into something quickly, Fusion Rifles are able to do that, and on Legend difficulty, you can actually break a shield with a Fusion Rifle. On the guys that have shields, they're really not that difficult. Heavy, just make sure it's Void. I'm running Void Linear Fusion Rifle just because I'm taking advantage of Particle Deconstructor for the next 3 months. That's why this is a Season of the Lost guide for this Lost Sector. Other than that, make sure you got your, champion weapons on there, any ammo finders, few reserves, and scavengers that you've got. One that I do typically like to throw on there is, I don't even have it on, Protective Light. Sometimes I run with that, but apparently I'm not. Not really too worried about it, though. This is not too bad of a Lost Sector, so let's jump inside. I'll show you guys how it works. Alright, so as soon as you load in, you're going to be faced with some Acolytes. Pretty easy stuff to take care of straight away. If you got a nice grenade to chunk out there, if you got an Area of Effect one, clean them out, Storm, Pulse, whatever you got. Chunk it out there, start working these guys down with your auto rifle. If you got a decent fusion rifle, like I'm using No Composure as I showed you guys, get the joys of the nice explosion fun. Some chain reactions working. You'll have a few stragglers, don't worry about those. Again, chain reactions if you can. Otherwise, just stay in the back if you don't want to, like, speed through this process, because, yeah, you don't have to. Now, depending on if he jumps down or not, you'll have a Barrier Knight sitting up here. He may have already jumped down, which, in mine, he did. Nope, he's sitting right here. All right, easiest way to get him to proc, hit him once with your linear, switch right over, so you're ready to break the shield, and then literally you can probably finish him up in one more. Not hard, pretty easy dude to kill. Straight away, not too bad. Depending on how aggressive you want to be with these guys. Again, I'll probably go a little aggressive this time, just have some fun in here, mix it up. And when you get to literally right about here, this is as far as I want you guys to go forward. Because, one, you can take care of these nice little Acolytes just hanging in a row. Down below, you're going to have a Barrier Knight. We can work on him. And again, if you're fast enough with your Linear Fusion Rifle, you can actually kill him pretty fast because you nearly stun him. Now that's one, that's not quite good enough. If I hit him again, he's probably actually going to go for the shield. If I could hit him, man, that's some flinch. Come on, buddy. There you go. If nothing else, just, get enough damage on him, switch over. Be good to hit a crit. There it is, 83k apparently when you stack everything together. Anybody who remains, like if you got a couple stragglers, they will hang out and then run all the way across. Nice to see that stuff fall down. Now, you are going to want something accurate here, so bring your Linear Fusion Rifle. When you cross this little box, notice I haven't done anything past it yet. Our nice little friend, the Shrieker, is going to pop out. If you get a couple quick shots in there, you don't have to worry about it. It is a Void burn, so that will hurt quite a bit. It's also the reason I'm going Void with all of this stuff. You've only got a couple of Arc Shields. That's why I'm using a Void Fusion and a Void Linear, just to get the benefit of all the damage. Not required. If you want to go something like, Main Ingredient, you got a good one of those, for example. Totally could do that as well. Now, once you've killed those two, you might have a straggler or two here, but my advice, just to give yourself a little bit of cover, come down here. That way the stuff above isn't trying to kill you. You can line these guys up with some cover here. Now, I do have subsistence on my auto rifle. It's nothing fancy, but it's just subsistence and unrelenting, so if I keep killing guys, I might get a little health proc, so if you notice I don't reload maybe much as you do, that's literally the only reason. Not a fancy auto rifle by any stretch. But right now, you're just looking to pick off as many of these guys as we can. I don't have anything specifically Arc. If you have a kinetic auto rifle with Osmosis, if you have a guy above you who just wants to ruin your entire day, dude, what are you doing to me? Yep, this guy. So if I can go up there, if I can if I can whiff my grenade. Now I have double grenades, so I'm just going to pretend like I don't have one for a little while. And I'll show you guys different ways you can manage this. Now, he's going to be really annoying. You could technically go up, and this is one reason why fusion rifles are kind of great right now. The amount of damage they output will, especially on Legend, will kind of negate a shield, basically. Because watch. I don't even have to worry about a shield with him, and it's still down. Now, you got to be careful with that group right there. If you can get him to explode, though, might be fun. There we go. A little delayed reaction. So there's our fun guy. It's nice to show you. When that knight dies, and you've got enough of the guys around it killed, you're going to have an unstoppable guy spawn. Now, he's not too bad if you're in position when you kill it. If you're up where I was and you die, it's not the end of the world either. Pretty much all you want to do is turn him around, hiss him off just a little bit, get your unstoppable shot loaded, stun him, and then if you hit him once or twice with a linear, he's going to die really fast. Especially if you hit him with the regular fusion rifle first. That's why that double proc is so nice. The regular linear starts stacking particle deconstruction, as this is in Season of the Lost. And then when you pull out your linear fusion rifle, just big damage happens, easy kills. Watch those, you can shoot the crystal, no more enemies are going to spawn. Got some ammo. Now you can do these next two in whatever order you find fitting. But if you're being shot from the back like I currently am, you might want to do the top. Or you might want to feel like you want to run over there. You got two options. You're going to have one up here, up this direction, and then you're going to have one up there. I would clear out this middle section first of anything you can from this cover area. Just going to make your life a little easier. And again, if you wonder about this auto rifle, it's just a false promises, subsistence, unrelenting. It's just because it has range. It's just kind of letting me work some stuff from a little farther away. It is a boring sounding auto rifle, I will tell you that. It's not anything exciting. Actually, I like the sound of something like a Scathe more. But we're not going sound, we're going function, not fashion. When you get up here, now this is where, if you find your knight, grenade will work well. Just kill the knight quick. Now when the knight dies, your champion may spawn if you've killed enough. If you haven't, then you might have a little bit longer. But again, try and trim up all these little acolytes that are hanging around the outside before you really got to deal with anything else. Again, subsistence does help me kind of continually fire. If I'm continually killing stuff, I'm actually getting a little healing back. It's not a horrible weapon, but it's not anything that's going to go like win a GM either. Now, if you want to see if your big guy spawned, not yet. You'll notice when you get the next wave to spawn is when most of the guys within a certain little area die. Now I'm going to get them to spawn. Those will come out. Unstoppables up here. This area is pretty clean. I do have a knight over there. You got to make sure he's not shooting you in the butt. If this guy's on top of me, he's got to go down really fast. But again, particle deconstruction makes them kind of easy. Now, if you got anybody else hanging around, remember, they are void. That's the burn. They are going to hurt. That's why when the acolytes start grouping up and they hit you a lot, all of a sudden your health's going away really fast and you're not entirely sure why. So be careful. The acolytes will hurt when they get in groups like that. They are going to sting a little bit. Got one more over here, a straggler. Ooh, I got a grenade launcher that's probably got a terrible roll on it, as always. I'll look at that later. No worries. Now I went around here just because it gives you a little better angle at this final section. This is just the boss guy who's not going to spawn until you break all the crystals. So for now, again, find what you can. And the only reason I would say go down here is if you're not comfortable jumping up. I'm sure I've done a video months ago where I did jump up, but if you want a little more direct path at these guys, find them up here at the top. Or if they jump down, all you're looking to do is try. Now again, don't forget, you got a melee, so my shoulder charge, for example, breaks the shield rather well. And then I can just fusion them. So if you've limited the number of guys that are trying to attack you, not so bad. But remember, if everything in that little area, like the acolytes and that one knight die, and everything comes out, it's going to be a bit of a problem if this guy catches you off guard. That's why I jumped off the edge there. But again, if you got him nice and set up, he goes down really fast. Alright, so clear all the rest of your ads over here. Quick acolyte work. And you don't have to kill all the ads that come up next. Just depends on how much damage you do. But if you nuke the boss, just know that there's a champion. So don't nuke the boss before you kill the champion. It's not worth, messing up a platinum run. This isn't overall the most difficult lost sector on Legend, and it's actually quite doable on Master. It's just one of those things. Probably don't want to kill him too quick until you find the barrier champion, and there's always this delay in the spawn. So even if I spawn him, he's going to be a bit difficult. Now, safest place to fight him from is actually probably going to be over here, where you're going to have the most cover, and most things are not going to be quite on top of you. Now, I can hit him pretty hard and pretty quick. But again, he will also melt you. That's one thing to remember. His little beam is void like all the other ogres, so if he does hit you, it's going to be pretty painful. I saw the barrier champion, and that's something you just kind of want to seek out. Try and find that barrier champion. It's an important piece to track down. Right now, just clearing any close-by acolytes. Again, if you want to throw a grenade over there just to annoy things, see what takes damage, that's fine. See if you kill a couple more of those guys. Biggest way to make the barrier champion easy, if you haven't tagged him at all, or you do a chunk of damage to him, hit him with the linear. You can almost kill him in 2 shots if you do it right. Not always going to happen like that, but the linear, if you do get that to proc, then be ready to switch over to your auto rifle just to finish him up. But that linear is a way where you don't have to do much time like out of cover, and yet you can still get a good chunk of damage on him. Now this is a little risky, but I'm going to try it. Because he's behind cover, and I'm trying to take particle deconstruction into effect here. There we go. Only 1 barrier champion. Now, you're actually going to have a lot of ads that spawn here. So if you literally just want to dip down, say maybe you've, like, gone the 15 minutes or whatever, you don't have any more reses, find some cover. There's a lot of ads up there. There's going to be some snipers. You don't really want to mess with those. There's going to be a lot of ads. And even when you think the ads are gone, there's going to be more. I promise. Snipers, there's 2 of them usually up top. And there's the big giant clump more. Now you can kill those or they will go away after a little while. Grenade will work fairly well if you got a super for clearing. Not a bad way to go. Just don't get to this point and like die. Not going to be a good way to get all the way through the lost sector. So just know all these guys are going to spawn. It will eventually go away, but also know you do have snipers in the back. They take a little while, though. And these guys will typically spawn if you don't nuke the boss or if you do things in pieces. You're going to see a lot more ads. So if you can nuke the boss with linear right now, it's going to make your life a little easier. But they do eventually go away. It just takes a while. So don't run up here. Main reason is if you jump up here, you're getting sniped and killed by everything. Just to try and open this, you might die. That's our opening. I got 2 enhancement cores from that one, but it is still a platinum run. So let's get back to the top and we'll finish this up. And that pretty much does wrap it up. As I said, you've only got a few arc shields in there. Basically, you'll have the shield knights, and basically each knight per crystal. The shield knights themselves aren't too bad, as you can use a void linear fusion rifle to basically nuke all of those things that have shields if you get close enough to them. Just be careful per crystal that you have to break when you kill the acolytes and the knights near said crystal in that final area. That's when the unstoppables are going to spawn, so just be aware of those. The barriers really aren't too bad. If you want to make sure they proc, use that linear fusion rifle to hit them once, switch to the barrier weapon quick to break the shield, and then you can probably switch back to the barrier or the linear fusion rifle and finish them up. It's really not too bad. Watch out for the Shrieker in that initial section so you don't get caught off guard, because that will mess you up, and that should do everything what you need. Good luck, guys, getting your arms. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like below. If there's a loadout you like using, please make sure you guys drop that into the comments. If you want to find me on Twitter, it is Ebontis. On Twitch.tv, also Ebontis, and right here on YouTube. If you guys want to help me, you can subscribe to the channel and hit that alert bell. It helps my videos make it to you, so if you enjoy my guides, that's a good way to see more of them. If you want to support me directly, you can join the channel as a member. Or you can actually find my Patreon in the link in the description. So have a good one, and good luck.